Insights. If you're not in touch with what you want, then you'll never truly understand the precise reason for why you're doing something. Your understanding will be surface layer. People choose to avoid seeing the truth of a circumstance because they're afraid it'll lead to misery. But avoiding the truth leads to more misery. That's the paradox. People often wonder, where does bipolar come from? It comes from unconscious desires. What do you want? What's in the head of ours? So you have to bring out archetypes. Discover what your archetype wants, but also not be neglectful of the base instinct part of us. What kind of taboo desires are running the show and guiding all of our actions unconsciously? And in our society, it's very rare to be open with how we feel about things. Because what if people knew I was a weirdo? How will I get a job? How will I keep my job? Or even how will I love myself? How can I love myself? It's kind of ingrained in us to believe that other people's opinions of us define us. Because unconsciously we know that we have a network of support systems where there's unspoken status and classes in the sense of hierarchy. And if we say things that are not going to be accepted by others, we're going to get screwed over. We're not going to be as accepted in social circles, not going to be as high status, and of course we're not going to be loved as a result. Because love happens after people feel that you're not going to affect their survival needs in a negative way. I personally don't blame anyone for their problem or incapabilities to admit what's going on inside. Sometimes they have a real reason to fear because they have attachments that they will have to let go. Maybe the person has an attachment that they're a good person, but they had to do X and Y and Z in order to survive. They believe deep down that they're not the best person, but their survival and their image, even their social circle, are contingent on that belief system. So admitting where we are imperfect may be counterproductive for upholding that image that connects to other intercorrelated survival needs. So to develop, you need to deconstruct these beliefs. Find out which are true beliefs, which are false. In the vast majority of cases, they're false beliefs. And even if they are true, just by understanding what's going on, you find an alternative way of viewing the situation, such that you spin everything on its head. It's almost like your very interpretation changed the reality. So my advice is for people to figure themselves out. But in a society that says you figuring yourselves out has nothing to do with my profits, or esteem, or my fame, or my name, then I want nothing to do with you. That's built into our collective psyche system, interwoven not just to the culture, but the capitalistic system in general. Or I should say the oligarchy. Did you know on Facebook, they had a group of thousands of people who were untouchable in terms of blocking or deplatforming. You know who was on this? President Trump. He was removed after the Capitol was stormed, and only then was he taking down social media platforms. The fact that you have such a group like this, it shows that there's a freaking oligarchy, a system of interwoven benefits and status, acknowledged and perceived immunity, literally the Illuminati out in the open, so to speak. What do people do? They ignore the system. They don't riot in the streets. They probably shouldn't, because they don't see themselves as bad. They don't see this system of elitists controlling events in the world a bad thing, because no one wants to look inwards if it means possibly losing their benefits. And this applies to the biggest situations and to the smallest situations. This is why reductionism is not inaccurate, because there are systems in every class corresponding to a wider system concerning human nature. One small circumstance or situation teaches you about the wider world. This is the people calling me a reductionist. So the point I'm trying to drive home is be honest with yourself. Get to the source of what you want and why you want it, and then just let yourself be at peace.